Hello again. You'll have to excuse me, I've got a little bug off my children. Just while I am waiting for my some additional filling on some imperfections that I found. But once that's dry, I'll be then rubbing that back and ready then for my final coat, which is that blue. But obviously now getting started on the wiring, which I'm going to be doing. Actually, I'll just oopsie daisy. I'm going to do something slightly different with the wiring. I'm going to do, thanks to my friends on the Facebook page, I'll put that in the link below. So basically this one is called a Moonfire wiring option, I suppose. So I've got a Alnico 2 humbucker going in the neck. I'm actually got a P90, as you know, going there, but it's same single coil. I've got an import switch, which is cache. So the points are up there. This is a one that I've salvaged off another guitar, so it's perfectly working order. But I'm going to actually put the so if you imagine I'm looking up the guitar, I'm going to have the volume, then tone, and then the switch at the back. So nothing too complicated on terms of the wiring, but just thought I would get the plate done initially in readiness for when it gets plonked in, and just put the pickups in, which again, like I said, are Auripures, and then we're good to go. So I've got this nice pearl. So that pearl with that blue, I think, will be quite nice. Anyway, so back down to it. So just remembering to do a little video to add to my overall story. Thank you. Bye bye. And there we have it. So hopefully this will translate into this, and then into into a glorious sound. But anyway, we'll see. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Looks fairly neat. That's for me especially. I did put a little bit more effort into this one. So I've got 500k pots and a 5-way cache selector, and I've got a 47 microfarad capacitor for the tone, because I like to just like the way it sounds, to be honest. And that's about it. So there we have it. Okay, the day of reckoning. So it's actually turned into, I know earlier on, that shows you how long this this project's taking. All these hot 30 odd degree days, we're now down to about 18. But anyway, all good. So I have got this all hung up in a dry environment. It's a dry, clear day outside, but I wasn't going to risk the chance of wind and that sort of thing, and debris flying into my lovely guitar. So again, obviously I've only got one set of hands, so I'll probably just give it a very light coating initially, then leave that for about 10 minutes, and then I'll go over again with a slightly heavier coating, remembering to spray 50-50 each time. Each pass you go 50 over the previous as well, so keep going nice smooth, about 10-15 centimeters away from the body, and we'll see how we go. So I shall come back soon with after I've done that first light coat. Okay, a very light, like I say, looks a bit patchy, but really this is one thing that I've learned in previous jobs, is that I rush it too much. So just got to get it on, get that first little base coat on. The other thing I forgot to mention in the previous little take was the giving it a wipe with some
grease, wax and grease remover. And all I did with that was just lightly sprayed one of these cloths and then gave it a quick wipe. I then stuck my little fan on to make sure it's completely dry. And there we go. So there's the first coat. Fingers crossed. We'll see how we go. So second coat. We're starting to get more of a solid look about it, but again, you can see, obviously, I'm just not wanting to rush this at all. But don't want any runs or anything like that, so we'll keep going. Okay, just for a point of reference, excuse me. So this is a 150 gram can. It's now done 3 coats, and it's definitely getting there. Not quite as deep as I want it just yet. It's getting there, like I say. But so definitely recommend getting two cans. And also, obviously, they start to spit a bit as they get towards the empty. So you've got to be very careful that you don't start spitting some paint on your lovely finished guitar. So anyway, so 150. I also store it in some warm water when I'm not using it, and then I definitely make sure that I shake it for at least 2 minutes before spraying each time, and I'm leaving about 15 minutes between coats. So there you go. Okay, I have managed to get 5 coats on from those 2 150 gram excuse me, cans, and the one thing I can say, I'm really quite happy with this in terms of previous attempts, is the patience and the preparation. I just put a little bit more effort into it. I was actually spurred on by a good friend, David, thank you, to just put that little bit of extra effort in to getting it. So from here, I'm going to let this now dry for a few days. It will probably be. Then I will look for any orange peel and things, and then possibly give it a light rubbing back, and then I will be putting a clear coat, a 2K clear coat, which will make it much more resilient and harder surface and everything else. So quite pleased. There you go.